The Voice launched into a huge ratings dip heading into April after having a great start to 2024 and finishing atop of practically every cable reality competition show. With over 5 million viewers each episode throughout the first 7 weeks, NBC's #1 show was dominating Monday evenings at the start of February. But when March came to a close, the program ultimately fell below that mark, and now that they're competing against the primary opponent on American Idol, the overall audience is looking dire. The Voice lost more than 1 million viewers on the April 7th edition of the show, falling to the #1 slot to Idol in one of the more startling reality TV audience numbers of the year. At first, it was certain that The Voice would remain the show of choice over American Idol, but when The Voice only attracted 3.3 million views, fans made their presence known. The critical 18 to 49 demographic had a 33% reduction in viewing, resulting in a mere 0.20 in the category, while the overall viewership fell by a staggering 27% from the previous week. Even though The Voice was able to increase its viewership this past Monday, the show just surpassed 4 million viewers, which is the second worst rating the show has had in season 27. In contrast, American Idol has demonstrated a strong performance on Sunday nights, as seen by its season 23 viewing growth. But, since Idol has demonstrated that they can compete with its primary adversary on Mondays for 3 weeks in a row, they will also want to keep concentrating on taking viewers from The Voice. Most crucially, The Voice is now losing viewers as American Idol maintains its winning streak, regardless of whether the latter attracts a larger audience on a weekly basis. The Voice maintained its top ranking on NBC prior to the start of the live rounds, attracting more viewers than Idol on different evenings. But now that the two programs will be competing in the future, The Voice is demonstrating that they're less powerful than their fierce rivals, and the schedule shift has had a big effect on their performance. After reaching almost 6 million viewers earlier this year, The Voice was only a few thousand viewers away from losing nearly half of its audience in a single season, which is practically unheard of for a reality TV program. The Voice's ratings are being impacted by more than just its competition with American Idol, though, as other Monday night shows have emerged as equal threats. The Voice isn't performing well on cable, even if NCIS and The Neighborhood don't belong in the reality TV category. Over 5 million people watched NCIS this past Monday, and it was the most watched prime-time telecast. Meanwhile, The Neighborhood performed remarkably better than The Voice in the 18 to 49 market. It has always been difficult for any cable network to have a good rating on Monday evenings, but The Voice has to think about other possibilities to avoid competing with Idol and achieving season-low numbers due to fierce competition. NBC would benefit from creating a plan where the show airs against less competition because it is evident that The Voice is occasionally the backup option when competing with rivals or well-liked TV programs. The Neighborhood, NCIS, and Idol all air simultaneously or during The Voice, which begins at 8 p.m. Est. Because it would be the only option available to viewers, NBC would be able to pull a higher rating until 8 p.m. and average higher overall viewership if they choose to show The Voice an hour earlier. With a number of TV series scheduled to debut on Mondays and the NBA and NHL playoffs posing serious challenges to cable in May, competition for The Voice will only intensify as spring progresses. The Voice is not going to lose to American Idol, even if they humiliatingly lost over 1 million viewers last week. However, given the level of competition, they might have to accept losing a sizable percentage of their audience. The Voice's last performance and whether they will surpass Idol at the conclusion of the season or record yet another low rating are still up in the air. Overview. Few television reality program genres have more successfully encapsulated the cultural zeitgeist than singing competitions. With millions of viewers and the ability to launch the careers of many artists, American Idol and The Voice stand out among them as giants. The ratings war between these two titans heats up when the leaves turn and the thrill of live performances reaches prime time, exposing not just viewer preferences but also the underlying mechanisms that fuel their passion for these events. This article will examine the reasons for American Idol's recent spike in viewership, which has essentially overtaken its bitter competitor, The Voice, in the current season. The American Idol's historical background. When American Idol debuted on June 11, 2002, it revolutionized reality television. Based on a British original, the concept let aspiring singers perform in front of a panel of judges. Viewers then voted to decide who would advance to the next round of the competition. From Kelly Clarkson to Carrie Underwood, the program has produced iconic performers throughout the years, solidifying its status in popular culture. But the show had its share of problems, such as dwindling viewership and a brief suspension in 2016. The show was revitalized when it returned in 2018 with a new format and new judges, including Luke Bryan, Lionel Richie, and Katy Perry. Reminiscent of the competition's heyday, audiences started to pay attention again. The Voice's ascent. On the other hand, The Voice, which debuted in 2011, brought a novel twist to the singing competition concept. There is a certain amount of suspense and mystery because of its unusual blind audition technique, in which judges choose competitors without seeing them. Because of their personality and mentoring duties, coaches like Blake Shelton, Adam Levine, and more lately, Gwen Stefani and John Legend, have become well known. The Voice has seen a plateau in audience engagement despite its unique structure and high early ratings. The relationships between the two shows have changed as their different seasons have begun, with American Idol appearing to be winning out. Analysis of ratings, the present situation. As both programs' live performances get underway, the ratings data presents an engaging narrative. Despite significant skepticism about its capacity to hold the top spot, early episodes of American Idol have garnered impressive audience figures, surpassing The Voice. A number of things have been involved, such as the presentation of participants, the strategic decisions made by producers, and audience nostalgia. A thorough examination of these variables exposes the complex causes of the ongoing ratings war. Brand loyalty and nostalgia. Nostalgia is among the strongest arguments for the increase in American Idol's viewership. Many viewers see the show as a window into their early adulthood or youth. Fans have a strong feeling of community thanks to the memories associated with viewing the program and the discussions on social media. This nostalgia is heightened by the reintroduction of several cherished program styles and components, such memorable performances and touching backstories. On the other hand, although being inventive, The Voice does not have the same extensive history as American Idol does. Increased ratings for the older program might result from viewers being pulled back to the familiar. Social media's effect. Social media has a big influence on how people watch television these days. Viewers may interact in real time on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, which allows for discussions that go beyond the actual shows. By building a vibrant online community and generating enthusiasm about competitors and their performances, American Idol has taken advantage of this. Furthermore, American Idol has stepped up its marketing tactics, emphasizing the creation of viral moments that connect with viewers. Throughout the week, viewers are kept interested with behind-the-scenes material, interactive surveys, and fan challenges, which guarantee that the show stays at the forefront of public discourse. On the other hand, The Voice doesn't seem to have been as successful in creating the same kind of buzz on social media. American Idol successfully taps into the desire for community engagement that viewers have. Selection and development of contestants. The participants' emotional journeys have a big impact on viewers' engagement. American Idol has focused more on the individual narratives of its competitors in previous seasons, devoting time to learning about their upbringings and hardships. By fostering a closer bond between the audience and the competitors, this tactic encourages viewers to strongly support their favorites and take part in the voting process. While discussing the histories of the artists, The Voice frequently concentrates more on the coaches and their methods of mentoring. For viewers who yearn for the story arcs that American Idol offers, this change in emphasis might result in a lower level of emotional commitment. The judges, their impact on ratings. The makeup of the judging panel is another crucial element of the ratings fight. The judges on American Idol have played a crucial role in producing an exciting and captivating viewing experience. Audiences have responded well to the connection between Luke Bryan, Katy Perry, and Lionel Richie. Viewers are kept captivated to their TVs by the entertainment value of their banter, criticism, and mentorship programs. However, despite the fact that The Voice's coaches are clearly gifted and endearing, the roster has changed in previous seasons, which occasionally detracts from the show's overall coherence. As spectators get acclimated to specific personalities and behaviors, the changing coaches may cause a rift. Ratings and fan loyalty may suffer as a result of this discrepancy. Voting systems for viewers. The way that viewers participate and interact through voting is a crucial aspect of these programs. Over the years, American Idol has refined its voting process, incorporating several channels of involvement via SMS, websites, and specialized applications. To make sure that spectators believe their opinions have a real impact on the competition's results, they constantly innovate their voting procedures. On the other hand, The Voice has come under fire for its voting procedure, which some fans find unclear. In convoluted rounds, contestants are frequently saved by coaches or eliminated through voting, which can leave viewers confused and less inclined to compete. The impact of production value. A televised performance's production quality is still crucial. American Idol has improved the viewing experience by investing more in top-notch lighting, stage design, and production. Audiences respond more favorably to the visually spectacular performances and skillfully choreographed routines, which heightens the emotional experience overall. Even while The Voice has good production value, it has occasionally placed more emphasis on the creative way its format is presented than on spectacular graphics, which has made the viewing experience seem more relaxed. This factor may affect how the audience perceives a performance, particularly when it's live and the production value is paramount. Obstacles The Voice faces. The Voice currently faces a number of difficulties as American Idol ratings continue to rise. Its format is one major problem. After more than 10 years, it runs the risk of being cliched. Boredom and disinterest may result from viewers feeling as though they have seen everything before. It's also possible that the celebrity coach model is becoming less appealing. Although it used to be a new idea, viewers are becoming tired of celebrity antics and prefer simpler competition-focused programs. The popularity of social media has caused viewers to value sincerity and real skill more than the novelty of celebrity participation. New musical trends and cultural changes. Cultural currents and musical preferences shift with the seasons. Music tastes change over time, and the emergence of apps like TikTok has changed the way up-and-coming musicians are discovered. By presenting a wider variety of genres and styles, American Idol has welcomed the ongoing diversification of popular music and appealed to a wider audience. Younger audiences, who might have previously thought the concert was out of date, respond favorably to its inclusion of current musical trends. On the other hand, even if the artists on The Voice are diverse, the show occasionally clings to well-known genres, which might turn off viewers who are searching for something new and creative. As a result, the ratings competition not only represents audience preferences but also each show's capacity to adjust to the shifting cultural and musical scene. In conclusion, due to a mix of nostalgia, high viewer engagement, and a successful adjustment to contemporary trends, American Idol is presently ahead of The Voice in the competitive world of television ratings. These elements have helped to boost viewership when live performances get underway, pushing The Voice into the background. Even while The Voice is still a strong competitor in the reality music competition market, it needs to swiftly adjust to overcome issues with format predictability, voting complexity, and changing audience tastes if it wants to regain its reputation. One thing is certain in the always changing world of music entertainment: the conflict between two giants is a reflection of both the shifting trends in television ratings and the strong bonds that people have with the performers, tales, and memories they evoke. Both programs' ability to read the room and react to a devoted yet erratic audience will be crucial as they continue to push the limits of inventiveness and participation. The storytellers who bring these stories into our living rooms are ultimately what will make the reality singing competition successful, not just the performers.